Hello everyone. Everyone's watching out there. Bristol RC, what's up? With this 1/12 scale ripsaw, I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to do some waterproofing to the electronics. I got a Dean's plug here. I don't know if I'll solder this on the show because I'll have to breathe in the smoke unless I turn on my fan. I want to run a bigger LiPo pack in there, like a 2S. Also, I want to just look inside it here. See what the heck's inside it. Could you hear me good with the microphone? I have it to the side. Wayne Keeblers, what's up, bud? You didn't see I have another video I'm going to put together. This little beauty here. I beat the living hell out of it on that rock place I go. This is an awesome tank. If you like tracked vehicles, man, gotta get one. And I think they're on sale with the link below in my video description. This thing is awesome. You know, I have the Blizzard and I have probably like 9 other tanks. I always like tanks. This is cool because you can actually beat the living hell out of it. I was nailing stuff, jumping it. Fun as hell. Brandon, what's up? So I'm going to just try to take this apart. I don't know what the hell's inside of it. So I'm going to try to take it apart because I want to put, I think the electronics ain't waterproof. So I got this Corrosion X here. I always just spray the electronics and this seems to work good. I do that on my crawlers and stuff mostly 90% of the time. Let's see what the hell's inside this sucker. It's going to be a surprise for me. I hope I could get it apart. I like the tanks because they go over stuff and everything, but regular RC tanks like those 1/16 scale ones, I got some over there if you want to see them next to this. They're fun, but you can't beat on them. They're real delicate. They're like models. They break apart. And then I have the Kyosho Blizzard, which is a lot stronger than the regular tanks. And I beat on that. But this thing here surprised me. The way it controls, it turns really smooth. It's almost like an RC car. They did a real good job with it. And it takes a hell of a beating. Island RC Duke, what's up? I know they show metal gears in this on the box, but it really has plastic. I wish they made upgrades and made the box inside, the gearbox, all metal. It'd be awesome. You'll see when I release the running video, the test review of it. I beat on it like an RC car. A lot of the times I get rid of these after I review them, but this one here is staying with me. That's how much I like it. You got 8 screws here. Let me see if I look at. Brandon says he has that one. Yeah, it's cool. You could beat on it. It's not fragile like a normal tank. Dan Beaver's in the house. That's a sweet looking Radio Shack Track Bug is his first RC. Yeah, this thing's cool. It has a lot of ground clearance. And I tell you, you could nail it into rocks, jump it. It goes through grass like, I had it running through grass like this tall. It goes through everything. I think I got them all out. All the same screws. That's nice. Hey, Dad RC, what's up? Let's see. Oh, there she is. I'll try to show you what it looks like inside. There's a little plug I have to disconnect. Let me unplug that for the lights. Here's what it looks like. Top. Here's the inside. I don't know if these guys could see that. The board looks like it ain't waterproof, so I'm gonna hit that with the corrosion X. Fern Solo, what's up? Is it 380 or 5? I think it got. It's weird the way this runs. That's why it steers so nice and smooth like a regular RC car. On the top here, there's a little like 180 motor or a 150, whatever it is. There's a little gearbox, and then there's a 390 motor below that powers the differential axle part. But when you steer, I think this little motor hits like gears on the dip on each side, and it makes them spin like left and right. So that's why it works really, really smooth. If you can understand that. I may take the cover off the transmission just to look in it also. That's cool. I don't know if you guys could see this. See this middle part here? They have a regular body pin clip. You pull it out so you can pull the whole front axle out by this middle part over here, like a clipper chain. That's awesome. All right, so that's the electronics. I'm gonna have to douse that with some, like I said, this Corrosion X here. I'm gonna see if I could take a few screws off this and see what's inside here. Probably gonna have to take a lot. Might as well go for it. I wish it came with full metal gears though, it'd be sweet. All right. Let me get this cover off and I'll show you. Let me get these screws out really quick. It's good they use all the same screws so far anyway. All right, here's the cover off the top part that does the steering. Chris with eyes, what's up? I'm about to head to bed. All right, thanks for stopping in. Here's the top cover over the steering part, and this looks like a, I don't know, like a 150, 180 size motor. And I don't know if I want to tilt this too far. I don't want these to fall out. But you can see the gears. That's how it steers by this part onto the there's big gears here, like with a diff with bevel, like teeth, and that turns them left and right, while a big motor propels it forward, the 390. Outlaws Workshop, what's up? So I don't know if I want to take this out just yet. They show you what it looks like on the box. Here's what it looks like. I don't know if you guys could see that. You see how it has the big diffs on the axle? That drives by the big motor, but this here, the little motor I just showed you, hits the teeth on those on each side to turn it as it's going forward. Watch those plastic gears and that they don't fall out. Yeah, that's why I don't want to take it apart just yet. I just did this to show the guys how it steers. Now I'm going to put it back on. It's a cool design. The way they made this design, it really steers really nice. That's why I like this thing. It's actually smooth. It turns left and right, and you could do figure eights and everything, kind of like smooth, like a normal RC car. Bristol RC is Metal Gear upgrade. I don't know if they got Metal Gear upgrade for this. It would be awesome if they did. That's the beauty of my Perth. Did you put a 2S LiPo in yours yet? Or are you still running lithium ion? Or does it not handle a 2S? Because I want to put a 2S in mine, a bigger pack. Brandon says his ESC quit working forward but goes in reverse. Was that after you hooked a 2S pack in it, Brandon? Maybe I should leave it stock then. Huh? I'm just going to try to lift up this board a little bit here. Brandon Timmer, yeah, it was a 50C discharge. That shouldn't matter if your battery packs 100. Say if it was 1,000 C or 10C. If your thing you're running it on only could take like say 2C, you could run it off 1,000 C battery. It shouldn't make a difference. It only use what it takes. Here's the control board. So I'm just going to spray that real quick. I'm going to hit it with some of this Corrosion X. I'll do the bottom of it first here. I'll just put a paper towel under it. There we go, Corrosion X. Try to show you guys, but I put a lot on. It doesn't matter. Ooh. There we go. Let that go. Spray your hands like crazy. Now I'm going to do the other side here. I put a little bit too much. You probably can't see it, but I let that absorb in for a little bit, and then just let it drip off or wipe it a little bit with a paintbrush, like one of these or something. Yeah, I've been using this for like since 2000, maybe 8 or something. I use it on my crawlers all the time. I spray like the receivers and stuff. I never had a problem with anything getting messed up from water. I just dab it off with a paper towel. You could actually leave like a glob on it, like wet. It doesn't matter. I already tested stuff I did, and I put it directly underwater. After spraying it, worked fine. So you just get the excess off. The ideal thing to do is leave your board up on an angle after you spray them. You want to actually, I don't have the time here, I'm probably going to put it together, but you leave your board up on an angle like this and let the excess drain off. Bristol RC, you're going to see a video I do of this thing. I put it through hell, put it that way. It's pretty cool though how they made the front come off with the little body clips. This is a fun thing. I like this a lot. It's kind of like having a Blizzard because it's fast. I think this is much faster than the stock Blizzard. It's a lot faster actually, but it takes a beating. Like you could just run it. If there's a rock, you could just fly right into it and jump it and stuff. I'm just going to use this brush here. Just wipe it a little bit. Should be good enough. I'll just screw it back in place. Outlaws Workshop says, mine slows down quite a bit when I steer. Steering also doesn't seem to be proportional. Mine don't have that issue. Mine actually steers so nice it feels like almost like an RC car. So I don't know if, like I said, I didn't have it long. I ran it a couple times, but I beat on it real bad in tall grass like this tall and stuff and on rocky terrain. And I didn't encounter any problems so far. So hopefully it'll hold up. I hope they don't always burn out. I did see, though, they sell every replacement part for these, even if you search on eBay. If you need a board, they sell a board and everything. You could get all the parts. Banggood sells parts. All right, Perth. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I don't do the lives too much. I didn't do one in a long time. Dang it. What is magnetic? So I decided to do this live here. Let me get something here. Make this magnetic. And a good old 540 motor. There we go. Well, that's that. Waterproof. Actually, I went through a lot of water with it, little puddles and stuff, and looks like nothing got in there too much, so it's actually pretty waterproof already. Outlaws Workshop. Maybe I missed it, Steve. Do you run this ripsaw? That's what I was asking the guys, because I'm going to put a Dean's connector on here, and I want to run 2S LiPo. And I was wondering if it could handle it. It actually runs pretty good on this, the stock pack they give you. It ain't that bad. I don't think LiPo will make that much of a difference. I just gotta tape this wire here, this antenna wire. I use a little piece of the good old Gorilla tape. I got oil on everything here. Should work. Later, Fern. Thanks for stopping in. I too hear problems from the people who run it onto us, that I agree. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave the stock setup then, because it's not that bad. It actually runs really good and powerful with it. They do sell, you could buy, what the hell are they, 18650 cells? I'm not sure the number. I have ones that are 3,400 each. So if you put two of them in there, you'll get way more run time. So if you're worried about runtime, actually there's other brands of themselves too. Like these ones here are 1,500 milliamp hours. The other ones are 12 they give you. I think I seen the last car, I forget I reviewed, had a 1,600 milliamp. So you could get larger ones for more capacity. So I guess I'm going to leave the stock battery in there because I don't want a chance blowing it. Yeah, it may not, it may be, I doubt it's the voltage. It's probably maybe it runs hotter, everything, for because the motors and everything, it gets a little more punch. Who the heck knows? Maybe the voltage too, that little bit when you first charge it too, it stays more higher. Yeah, that's it. The 18560 cells. I think I got So Shine makes good ones. They're like 3,400 each, the milliamp hours. Sherman is here. Thanks for stopping in. And he's saying when he used the 2S, he got bind problems. I guess that's quite a few people said that when they used the LiPo, it gave them problems. So I guess stick to the lithium ion packs, guys, with these tanks. That's what I'm going to do because it feels like it runs fine. It has a lot of power and torque anyway, so. Outlaws Workshop, got to put my son to bed. Back in a bit. All right, we'll see ya. See you soon. So that's it. I just wanted to really waterproof it. It's easy as hell. You just spray it real quick on both sides like I did. The Corrosion X. And that stuff works good. I've been using it forever. I was going to put a Dean's plug and run 2S LiPo, but now after hearing a couple guys saying they had problems, I'm going to stick with the stock pack, maybe just high capacity ones you could make or get, like I said, from different manufacturers. Eight screws hold it together. And it's cool that they use all the same screws. I got another thing I want to show you guys that you could do to this with the tracks, a modification. Probably make it work better, but first let me screw this thing together real quick. Brandon Turner says his was a blast in the snow. Yeah, they're probably fun. I got a trick you could do with the treads that'll make it probably work even better. I'll show you when I'm done screwing this together. Comes apart real easy. That's nice. 8 screws and the whole thing lifts up. This is fun though, I like it. This one's staying in my collection. If I don't got enough already. When I tested this, when I got it, it was pouring. So I put a little run video at the end. We had rain for a few days. And then all of a sudden it was pouring. Then it stopped raining. And I said, oh man. I took it to the park on that rock. I was like, oh, there was like a break. There was no rain for a little while. So I beat the hell out of it. I went through the rain. I went through the grass, everything. Right at the end of the video, it started to rain again. I was lucky. And there she is, all back together again. I guess I'll skip adding the Dean's plug with the 2S LiPo because that's not a good idea after what a few of you guys said. But here's an idea I'm going to show you with the tracks. LBRC Adventures, hello, what's up? Thanks. It's a fun tank. Like I said, I told the guys it's so fun. I have tanks in the Kyosho Blizzard. This, you could take a beating with it. It's so much fun. I'm keeping it in my collection. Basher boy, what's up? RCVHX22, what's up, brother? I just took this apart and I used the Corrosion X on the electronics to waterproof it. Real quick and easy. Now here's another thing I want to show you guys with these tanks, if you guys got them. I figured something out. It'd probably work good, but I don't know if I'm going to do it to mine just yet, or I may find something else, the same thing, but a little different. I have these rubber pad tracks for my 1/24 scale tanks. I think they make them for the 1/16 scale that are bigger. These are kind of, let me show you. They're kind of small rubber pads. Well, anyway, on the tank, I marked, if you go every 4, you see these marks like the tracks they got, like the oval. If you go every 4, you could put, say you put one here, you glue it on with CA glue, like a rubber extra track. You go 4 over, you can glue another one. You could do 4 over, you do that around the whole track. It works good, perfect, the amount. So I was thinking of gluing them, because I did this on other stuff before. You could glue them in the center, like a little nib sticking up. I don't know if you guys could see that, because these are smooth. So if you get like a sheet rubber, like if you find like sheet rubber or a little thin rubber thing, like a sheet, like you could cut it up. You can make your own tracks. You degrease this with rubbing alcohol, and then you'll just CA glue them on like that. And it'll give you more bite in the dirt or in the snow. So that's the idea I thought of, because I did this before on other stuff. But I don't know if I'm going to do it with mine just yet. I may find something else a little larger than these to use. But that's what you could do. You could just CA glue every 4. Just like this, say if you were going to glue them on. I'll just put them on quick, a few of them to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of like, I don't know if you guys could see them. I want to tilt it, they'll fall off. See them lumps on there? You could glue on a larger piece of rubber, higher if you want also. and that'll give it like some kind of tread pattern to make it grab better. RCVHX, where you go, the metal chain. Yeah, I don't do metal chains on all the blizzards and tanks. The metal chains, they destruct all the roller wheels in the gearbox. It's not a good thing to do with like plastic tanks. I learned that from being in a tank club. I used to battle all the guys with the metal tracks going through the dirt and stuff. Their tanks always broke and broke down. The guys with the plastic tracks always won the battles. And also I seen someone said when they used the metal tracks on this, it just destroyed it. So stick with the rubber on tracks on this one here. You could modify them a little bit to make them work better, like I said, with like rubber sections. You don't want metal tracks. They're so heavy and hard to turn for these things that they ruin everything. The wheels and the gears, the motors run hot. Later, our Island RC Duke. Yeah, I learned that from I used to be in a tank club. We used to battle the Tamiya IR tanks. We used to have set up a field with all like bridges, burnt buildings, mud holes, everything. And sometimes we even battled out in the snow. And all the guys with the metal tracks, oh, my road wheel broke off, my gearbox broke, my motor burnt. And all the guys with the plastic tracks, they always survived and they always ended up beating them. So Monday I'll have another video up. I got another car I'm doing a review on. I got it from GP Toys, I believe. And then I'm going to probably make the video that I had the footage for this, the one where I bashed it like crazy. I'm going to put that up probably Thursday or Friday next week. But yeah, this thing's cool. The door's open. You can put a driver in it if you want. One of the guys I'm subscribed to, you guys know I have the English Budgie Stewart. He's like, oh, put Stewart in it. Put Stewart in there. I'm like, I could see that. That'd be funny. Recently got this Radiolink radio. This worked out really good. I couldn't believe that when I put the gyro in my sand scorcher with this and made it drive. You know how crappy the old Tamiya like Hornets, Grasshoppers drive? It made that with the gyro, made my sand scorcher feel like you had like the new B3 buggy associated, one of those style ones compared to like an old Hornet. That's how much better it drove. RCVH, you have riders for it? No, I don't have none of them scale guys and nothing of mine. I don't have none of that kind of stuff. I'm weird. I like scale looking stuff, but I don't go crazy with the little guys and putting cans and all that stuff. Because I don't know. I just like putting a whole bunch of heavy stuff in the back on your truck. To me, it looks nice, but I like performance. So I'm kind of like, I want it to look good, but I want it to work the best it can. Like if you put heavy plastic things, it's going to flip it over easier. That's just me. That's how I am. That's why I always mod the stock stuff to try to get it to work better. Bristol RC, you getting a Sen Ford 150? Those Sens are hard to get. No one hardly has them, and no one has parts for them. That's the bad thing I noticed about them. They make some cool stuff. Oh, they're hard to get. Nordic RC Visions, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. Do you have one of these tanks here? Did you ever get one of these? Because this thing's really fun. I like it a lot. I'm keeping it for myself. I got rid of some of the other stuff I test reviewed already, but when I drove this, I'm like, oh, I'm keeping it. It's mine. Oh my God. Nordic, this thing is so awesome. It's tough as hell. Like for a tank, usually they break apart. You could drive it like an RC car and beat on it. And it's so much fun. It steers really nice like an RC car. You gotta get one. It's really nice. I'm surprised they don't make metal gearboxes for this thing like they do for the tanks. That'd be a nice option. Yeah, I was all ready for soldering it up. Had the solder gun out, my Dean's connector, and the blowtorch for the heat shrink, the solder here, and all the tools. I was gonna make it run off the 2S LiPo, but oh well, not no more. After hearing the guy saying it could damage the electronics, it's not worth it. Particle Man, what's up? Pure Life. Steve, do you have an email that I could contact you about some questions I have about transmitter? Yeah, Pure Life, if you go to my homepage on my YouTube, if you go like to the homepage where it shows like my whole channel, there's an About tab button. You click that, and then it'll say Contact, and then you click that, and then it'll give you my email address. So you just have to go there and look. Quincy, can't really see good. This is far away. Quincy Herbster. He says you can order the metal parts from the robotic tank kit on Banggood. What do you mean? They have the gearbox in metal? That'd be awesome. You're welcome, Pure Life. Nordic RC Vision's more fun than your Blizzard. I think it takes a beating more and it's faster, way faster out of the box. My Blizzard, I had to put brushless motors in it. This is pretty quick out of the box. And I got to put the video up. It's probably going to come on my channel maybe Thursday. I ran it on that rough rock, you know where I run it? Hitting rocks and bumps, jumping it nailed stuff. Grass, I went through this tall with it. I think the Blizzard might have bent something. Adventure Time RC, what's happening? Quincy Herbster, the robotic tank kit is all metal and under. What do you mean? Just a new whole kit? You can't use the parts on this. It's just a whole metal kit, like a tank you could build. I'll have to search it and look. Oh yeah, Nordic. This is in that link below I have on my first video in here. I think it's on sale for like 50 something bucks. So for that price, put it this way, the normal tanks you buy, like the Henlongs and stuff like that, they would be in piles of pieces if you drove like what I did with this one. Adventure Time says he just got his vintage Avanti ready to run. He's been working on it all day. Damn, that's nice. Quincy Hertzer, it's a STEM learning kit. This monitor's far away. It's real small. And I'm old, so I can't see too good. Bristol RC, that's a bargain. Yeah, I was thinking of getting another one. They have the gray one also. Actually, you see how easy it came apart? You could probably paint it really easy, spray painted, any color you want. Bristol RC, I'm waiting for my roving 45cc for my 30 GMT truck. Nice. I only got two nitros. I have Offna 1/8 buggy and an old RC10 GT. I haven't run them in a long time. Well, at least I think the 1/8 buggy I didn't. I ran the the RC10 GT. I think it was last year. I'm not sure, but I like the nitros. The ones you got ain't nitro. They're the gas motor ones. They're even better. Adventure Time. I have seen people waterproof the ripsaw. It's awesome in the water and mud. Yeah, I just took mine apart and I sprayed the electronics with that Corrosion X. You know I always use it. I sprayed it real quick, the top and bottom, then I dabbed it off a little bit with a paper towel, and then I just screwed it back together. So right now it's good enough to go underwater. But I actually went through, because I remember the first video I made of this, it was raining. It kept raining and then it stopped raining like a few days. It stopped raining and I ran out and ran it. I went through puddles of water and all the wet stuff. Nothing actually got in there. I didn't submerge it though, but Sherman saying don't spend extra money on the metal tracks. Yeah, that's what I've been telling the guys, because I've been in a tank club for many years. We used to battle the Tamiya tanks in fields. All the guys who put the heavy metal tracks on their tanks, road wheels broke, their gearboxes broke, they always broke down. The plastic ones always work better. That's why if you notice that all my tanks I got, my Kyosho Blizzard, I never have metal tracks on. And anytime anyone goes, oh, you got to get the metal tracks, I explain to them that they're no good because they weigh so much. They put a lot of strain on everything to get it rolling. So you're correct there, Sherman. Tim Campbell says stick a 2S LiPo in that. Really? Yeah, I was going to actually do that today and solder up the Dean's connector, but a few guys said that they put a 2S LiPo in here and they burnt out their control board. They were losing like forward or reverse. So I guess you're better off with this thing sticking with the lithium ion pack. If you want longer run time, they have larger capacity ones. It's not that bad with it. It has a lot of torque. I didn't find no problems with it. Brandon says he has a link for the metal trans gears. Cool. Could you do you know how to email me from my YouTube homepage? If you could give me that link, I'd love to see them. RC Basher Boy, that's awesome. My Avanti, I mean. Basher Boy still got his Avanti in his closet. Particle Man says, I still need to finish my Subaru Brat. Adventure Time, when you bash yours, Basher Boy is gonna be biting his fingernails. Yeah, but truthfully, Adventure Time, you got to be careful with yours because if it's an original one, the plastics on them Tamayas when they get old, they get really brittle. They crack really easy. So I wouldn't bash it that hard. RCV, it's cool to know for my Blizzard. Yeah, them metal tracks, they weigh a ton and they put strain on everything. You know what might be happening? Tam Campbell, the guys who put the 2S lipos in, they might be burning the electronics out. It could be because the capacity you're using, this is only 1200 milliamps, so you run it and then you shut it off and the electronics don't build up a lot of heat. They're probably running like 3000 5000 milliamp packs. Maybe that's what they're running it so long and it's getting so hot from the heat keep getting on there like for the long run time. It's probably that might be what's burning it out. But if you got a 2S and 1500 milliamp, it may not do nothing. Maybe it's when you keep running, like if you had a 3000 or something. That might be it. Nordic RC Vision, been looking into the new Blizzard. Blizzards are fun. I like my Blizzard. You don't really have to make it brushless because it doesn't really get fast anyway, you know. But they go, the Blizzard, you could have 10 foot of snow and it goes on the top. It don't matter how deep it is. Outlaws Workshop back. Tried my 1203, but notice it shows down better when you steer. So I'm gonna. Maybe the motor went bad. Remember that little motor I showed you up in the top? Maybe your motor went bad because I know some of them motors from the 124 tanks. I always had, you guys never know, but I had probably 30 of them 124 tanks. And they had motors like these and then on the airsoft guns. And what would happen, they wouldn't have the brushes like a normal 1/10 scale motor. They would have copper tabs that just run on the comm. And once they wore through them copper tabs, they wouldn't run good. And then after a while, it would just shut off. Maybe your motor went bad. That's why it's not steering. Maybe you should buy a new motor. Sam Campbell, yep, I use a 1500, runs great even in the skate park. Yeah, that may be it then, because I know a lot of people, when they upgrade from these, they usually, if it's like 1500 or 1600, they'll go with like a 3000 2S LiPo. And because it's not meant to run that long, probably, it probably heats everything up inside and maybe damages it. Maybe I'll solder the Dean's plug on. RC Bashmore, what's your opinion on the Kyosho Ultima? I built mine months ago and it drives real smooth. Basher boy, I'll tell you a story about that Ultima. It's probably nice, but when I was a kid, when I got one, my friend had one, and I had, I think, the RC10. That freaking Ultima always broke. Compared to an RC10, it always broke down, so to me, it left some bad memories in my mind. So whenever I hear Ultima, I'm like, ah, that thing's a piece of junk. It's probably good though, but it's something that I learned when I was young. Like I said, when you get that and you have your friend has one, and it's always breaking down, your RC10's never breaking, you say to yourself, ah, that thing's a piece. So I had a bad experience with that. And also, I had a bad same type of experience with that. Everyone likes that Tamiya, the what is it, the Fox and the Falcon. I had bad experiences with those too, so they left like a bad thing in my mind about them. That's funny. After like what? Probably like almost 28 years later. All right, thanks for stopping in, Particle Man. I appreciate it. Brandon says he sent me an email. Cool. Yeah, Outlaw, I think it might be that motor because that's what steers them. You know, it's weird how it steers with that motor is kind of like how the second generation Kyosho Blizzard worked, but the Blizzard was like an axle, like on a crawler with a diff in it, say without it locked. And they had a disc brake here on one side and one side there. Or was it, I forget how it worked. Well, anyway, it was like that with two metal things from the servo. When you turn, it would lock one side up with the brake, and then the other side would go. That's how you would get steering on the second gen Blizzard. It would use the diff like that. And that's kind of how this works, but they use a motor. That's why I found it like really cool how they figured that out. Particle Man's getting an 8S Outcast. Oh, he's going to be in for a blast. James Conway, how fast does it go? I didn't GPS it, but it's fast, way faster than a normal tank, and like the Kyosho Blizzard, this blows it away. I'll have a video up soon of me bashing it. You'll see how you can tell how fast it looks. Basher Boy, Shin RC, interesting. It was a total pain to put together. So far, it's a one piece. The manual had a few issues to put together, but overall, it's a fun experience. Yeah, I forget because it's been like I said, probably like almost 30 years ago. I forget what broke on it easy. They probably strengthened it up a little bit because Kyosho always does that. That's what I like about Kyosho over the Tamiya re-release. They actually improve them and they make them stronger. Team Campbell says it goes 12 miles an hour. That's fast for this thing. That's why I like it. It's strong, it's fast, you can beat on it. It's a nice. If anyone likes tracked vehicles, I'm telling you, you'll love this thing. Outlaws, what Tamiya do you think is best for mild bashing? What, like an old style one or like a newer style? I know the DTO2 chassis is the buggy one. They're pretty tough. You could bash them pretty good. And the older stuff, I don't know, probably something like a lunchbox, something like that. There's so many you could get, though. It's crazy. It depends what you're looking for. A classic one, a buggy. Yeah, I beat the heck out of my lunchbox. I think one time I was using my lunchbox and I was jumping it like crazy and the rim cracked right off. RC Basher Boy saying, so what's your favorite Kyosho of all time? If I had to choose, it would be Empire. Okay. Ah, man, I don't know. I definitely love the Blizzard because I had that from the first version. And then I had the second version in the electric. Then I had the Nitro in the second version. I wish they made a Nitro in the third version. Then I got the third version of the Blizzard. I love the Blizzard. But for a car, God, there's so many. I like them all. I like the new one I got. What the hell is it? That the Mad Van I like really, I'll tell you. And then I had this one when I was little. I probably like it because when you're a little kid, you think it's the best thing in the world. If you search Basher Boy for a Kyosho, I think it was a .09 step side. It was a step side. I think it was a Toyota truck, and it had an 0.9 engine on it. It looked really nice looking. And me and my friend got them when we were little kids. And I remember we used to be riding them in the snow. We thought they were the best thing in the world. They're probably a piece of crap, but they were all like heavy aluminum underneath the back where the motor goes on. So that one was pretty cool. The Datsun step side, I remember. I love that. I don't have like a favorite because there's so many nice ones. That's like if you said, oh, what's my favorite Tamai? I have so many of them. Adventure Time, the lunch boxes. Oh, yeah, that's such a beauty, that lunch box. I always keep trying to get Tamai to make the Clod Buster, but Vanessa's Clod box, the van on a Clod, but bigger. Could you imagine a lunchbox Clod? That would be awesome. They'd probably sell millions of them. They just don't listen to me. Outlaw says he broke the rims also. Yeah, that's a weak part on those, especially in the cold when you do it, the bashing in the snow. Basher Boy, it's so easy. All you got to do is get a piece of Lexan, like probably a millimeter thick or something, whatever you get, like from when you get like even an RC body, you just use that. You cut a hole in the reamer for the size to fit the shaft from the shock through, and then you cut a little circle out like a washer, a little bit smaller than the plastic piece, you know, the piston or whatever the piece they shove in the bottom, not the piston, the little plastic or O-rings. You cut it to that size. You put it in there, and when you screw it down, that extra width in there, it squishes the O-rings and it seals all inside. After I did mine, they haven't leaked yet. So that's a quick, easy mod you could do to stop the leaking on those shocks. Brandon Timberland, if you have to replace the board on the ripsaw, you have to get the matching transmitter with it. You can't find old one to. That's strange. And why did it? I seen they just sell a board though. Why would they just sell a board then? Yeah, there's no buying button or anything on this thing. That's crazy. Adventure Time. The Blackfoot is great if you fix the gear. That's another one. Not the Blackfoot, but I never got a frog because my friend next door had the frog and I had the Hornet. And all I remember is the drive shafts. They sound like when you crack your knuckles when it was driving. And he always stripped the gears out of that thing. So that's another one I got a bad taste for when I was a kid. So it's in my head. Oh, freaking frog. Do you have the original Blackfoot, right? I think the new one they switched to the dog bones. They're smooth. They used to have those octagon shaped ones, and they used to make all sorts of noises. Adventure Time, yeah, my frog is broken too. But yours are the originals, right? It's not the re-release, right? What do you think of the Tamiya TC01? I don't even know which one. Is that new one, that funny looking road car with that weird body on it? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, the originals had them octagon drive shafts in the back that crunched, and then the gears. I think what happens to them, I think what you got to do to them, Brett, the gearbox has them aluminum plates. I forgot how they do it. Guys put washers or something on the screws, or they sell a plate you put around it when you screw it together. The reason why they strip the gears is the aluminum bulges out where the dog bones come out on the diff. That case expands, the aluminum bulges out, and that's what makes it strip. They have gearbox strengtheners, I think you screw on. It holds the gearbox aluminum tight so it don't expand, and then your gears don't strip as easy. Bristol RC, yeah, that's cool, but I don't know. It's cool, but it's like that. I don't know if you know Brad Kellman. He's like Mr. Tamiya. He emails me and says, "Oh, you should get it, Steve." Oh, yeah. I'm like, I got an on-road already. I got that Kyosho Hellcat, and there's not many places I could run it. So I'm trying to explain why would I want another on-road? I have nowhere to run it. That's why I like the rally cars, like the Tamiya rally cars and stuff. They're a little higher in the air, so you could take it out in front of your house if there's rocks or anything, and you could run them. Whereas you get them low on-road cars, you have to go to like a really smooth parking lot. Mr. Tamai. That's what I nickname him. Basher Boy sends me so many emails. I'm like, he means good by it, but what he does is too much. He goes on about stuff. You know how he is when he's on tanks. He's like he just goes on about it too much. Yeah, Adventure Time, you did pick it up. Yeah, you gotta install it. It's supposed to help out. Outlaws Workshop, the Kyosho Phaser MK2 is all. Yeah. Did you see they just came out with an El Camino? They just came out. I posted it on my Facebook a long time ago. Kyosho came out with the Phaser MK2 and El Camino, which looks sweet. You know what's funny about the MK2 chassis? You could probably put longer shocks on it and somehow modify it. Because I remember out of the other chassis that my Mad Bug's made out of, it's the one before it that was the on-road. They had rally cars, they had monster trucks and on-roads. So you could probably modify that to like a rally car to give a little more ground clearance. You could probably take the MK2 anywhere, like on the street, if you wanted to modify it a little bit to give it more ground clearance. Bristol, yeah, the Rally TTO. Yeah, I like mine. I did a little bit of mods to give it a little more ground clearance. Like there's easy mods you could do, and it raises up a little bit. You could actually take it off road a lot too. I love the Mad Van. I put new tires and wheels on it, and I was supposed to try, but I never got a chance to try it. If you want to see it, Outlaw, if you go to my Facebook and you'll see it, scroll down, or I got it from bigsquidrc.com. They have it in the news. You'll see it. It looks really good. There goes another one. Adventure Time. Oh yeah, yeah. He goes on about some crazy stuff for sure. He kept emailing me about the CCO2. I told him so many times, like on the lives and stuff, when he asked about it or in a post, he'd comment a post on one of my videos. It has nothing to do with my videos. He always is like that. I post a video, he posts nothing about my videos, but he says something totally different, nothing to do with my video, about something else. And he kept asking me about the new CCO2, and I told him I don't like that thing. He knows I don't like it. I said it looks like they made it, it's all bulky and heavy and like a plastic, everything's big on it. They could have made it so much better. It's like, oh, you gotta get one, yeah. And he kept emailing me for like so many times. You're right, Adventure Time. He does drive me nuts sometimes. It's hard to see. Sixth Sun 25 is asking a question. Does this work like the Kyosho Blizzard? 2 motors, 2 channels. I just had it apart and showed the guys how it works. It actually works. It's kind of better than the Blizzard. The way it's kind of like the second generation Blizzard, how they made it work, but it's motorized. It has the axle with like gears on it, and a 390 always turns those gears in the axle forward and reverse. Then on the top of it, it has a little 150 or 180 sized motor with another gearbox that when you turn, it turns the like a diff action to turn the tracks. So it drives actually super smooth, kind of steers like a normal RC car. It's really awesome. That's why I like it a lot. Outlaw says he just looked it up. El Camino looks, yeah, yeah, it does. I think they made the back on it look really nice, right? The cover on it. Bristol RC says, I want Tamiya to re-release Tamiya Avante. I'm sure they will. They always keep re-releasing it. Adventure Time. Every time I do a CCO1 or CRO1 video, he asks me if I'm getting the CCO2. That's funny. He said he got the grasshopper in the email, right? So we're talking about he's trying to get me that on-road car. He kept going back and forth, and he told me he got the grasshopper. So I'm like, could you send me pictures of it? Did you build it from the kit? You got any pictures? Send me. And then he emails me back. He doesn't say nothing about the grasshopper. Says something else, and I'm like, could you get me pictures? I want to see what it looks like, because he's telling me all about it. I did this. I got the torque tune or whatever motor in it. And he never emailed me the pictures. And every time I'd ask, he would start talking about it. I don't know. Maybe he's fibbing. Maybe he doesn't have one. Yeah, you could still get the 2011 Avanti. Oh, cool. Thanks, RCVHX22. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. And congrats on that 3K. Frog City RC, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. I was just wrenching on this cool tank I got. This thing's awesome. If you like tracked vehicles, this is really fun. I took it apart and I did the corrosion X on the main board, the receiver and the ESC board. Waterproof it. Adventure Time. Yeah, he got a hopper. He said, yeah, I haven't seen it either. He said he got one. He said he put some like sport or dirt tune motor in there. He told me what he put in. He said he got a steel pinion. I think a Tamiya dirt tuned or torque tuned. I forgot what it was. But I haven't seen it. Yeah, them Tamiya Avantes, they're pretty high in pricing. I like them, but I would never. To me, to save up that kind of dough to drop on one car, I'm like, meh. I'd rather get a 3 cheaper ones, 3 times the fun. Beanfield, Alice Turtle, what's happening? Thanks for stopping in. I was working on this little beauty here. You would like this. Look, they got the opening doors here. You got all them action figures and stuff. You would probably love this thing. Put a couple little guys in there, maybe a dog on the one side or a turtle. I forget who it was. They joked around with me. They said, "Oh," they told me, "You know, I have that the pet bird I got." It's like, "Oh, put Stewart in it." I'm like, "Yeah, I could see Stewart inside it." I hear you, Basher Boy. I have my re-release Super Hot Shot I built. I painted it the same exact way that you've probably seen it. I ran it once and I really beat on. I didn't want to run it this bad. I was running in the snow and in the ball field I was running, and under the snow it was like muck dirt, like bad, and I was in it. I was stuck. It was filled. I was like, I didn't want to do that, but I got stuck in all this crap. There's one video, if you search on my channel, you'll see it. I was filming it with a drone. It was bad. I wasn't expecting it. I thought, yeah, I'll just go in the snow and just baby it. But it ended up going in mud and getting all filled up black. And I was like, oh my God. But that one I have on the shelf. I used it once because I painted it exactly like my how I did when I was a kid. I painted it the green color. You've probably seen it, but that's the one I really don't use. Fog City RC, how long have you been doing YouTube? I don't know. I think was it 2005 or I don't even know. I gotta look at my first video that I uploaded. I forgot. It's been a long time. It's funny. I used to just, you know what's weird? Probably in the last 3 or maybe 3.5 years, I really started getting into doing the YouTube a lot more, like in more videos. But when I first did it, YouTube was like, I used to just put up the videos once in a while and stuff like that. But I really started trying to build up my channel the last few years. But I think I've been on here. I'm not sure because I don't know if it's 2005, 2003. I don't even know. I think the one part on that Avante that's the weak part is that rod that comes from the rear suspension onto the carbon fiber or fiberglass chassis where you screw it on the end. It's thin over there, and that snaps the chassis. I think that's the one weak part. Guys always said broke on it. I'm not sure. Maybe Basher Boy knows. So you got to be careful. Or some guys reinforce it with another section around there, and they CA glue it on so it's double as thick so it don't break. Oh man, Fox City RC just ordered the Super Shot. Yeah, I had it as a kid, then I made the new one, just like when I did when I was a kid. That's a cool buggy. It looks so mean looking. That's like one of the meanest looking buggies they ever made. And I'll tell you a story about it. I really love that buggy. Some of you guys may have heard this before, but when I was a kid, the old lady next door's yard had this steep hill going up from the woods then onto her driveway. And her name was Claire, so it was the Claire Hill Challenge, we used to call it. My brother-in-law, all my friends used to come over with big bears, clodbusters, all them tamales and stuff. And that's why I love the Super Hot Shot or the Super Shot back then. It was the only one, because it was low sprung and it had four-wheel drive. It was the only one that made it to the top of Claire's, and nothing else ever made it to the top of Claire's. So that's kind of why I love the Super Hot Shot. Yeah. I painted mine like a bright green, like almost like a fluorescent greeny color, because that's what I did when I was a kid. It's kind of looks weird because then the wheels are gold. But hey, it looks good. Are you gonna paint it the box art or something else? I don't do a lot of the Tamayas in the box art because I always wonder to myself when I look at the box, yeah, it looks good, but I'm always like, but what if? What if I make it this color? Will it be better? You going with the silver box art? It looks good. I think I seen it in I think someone did one in the what the hell is it? That gunmetal, and they put that lame flake on it. That was sweet. And now you know why I like the Super Hot Shot. The story behind it, it's amazing. V's Gaming. Hello, is it possible to transform a slash two-wheel drive to a four-wheel drive? No, I think that's a whole different chassis and gearboxes. The two-wheel drive's like an older model, like it's got the old components of a Stampede and stuff like that, and like the Rustler and Bandit. You would have to get a whole new car to get a four-wheel drive slash. Bristol, I just put a brushless system in the, what was it? The Bear Hawk. It destroyed the gearbox. Yeah, some of them are weak, but some of them are actually pretty strong because they have the real wide gears like the Hornets and stuff. And like the CC01, they got these gears riding on each other. Like they swear they're like an inch wide. Asher boy, you could probably just take it out for a smooth, nice drive. Just don't do what I did to my for the maiden drive of my super hot shot. I thought I was just gonna baby it, and I didn't know what was below the snow. I don't think you have to worry about snow. But if you just take it out and just cruise it, just take it out slow, cruise it with the camera close, it'll look nice. Probably won't even know you used it. You could dust it off. Fog City, I have a story about that associated RC10. I'll tell you. Here's the story about the RC10 that blew my mind when I was a kid. My friend next door, 2 houses down, we had a track in the middle of our house. The guy in the middle of our houses had woods. So we built a nice track around through all the trees. It was really nice. And we had like frogs, hornets, lunch boxes, and all like kind of like Tamaya stuff. And one time he got an RC10 and he goes, oh, because he was loaded, his family, I don't know what the hell, they were like rich. He goes, oh, if you build me mine, I'll buy you one. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll build it. So I built him it, and we got the RC10s. And when we were done building them, we brought them in the backyard to that track, and we're used to hornets and how they bounce around. We drove them. When I drove it, it was floating on air. All you seen was the A-arms, and the chassis stood straight where you were pointing it. It went everywhere so smooth. I was mesmerized. I was like, so with the RC10, that's why Associated's like one of my favorite companies too. But it was so much better. It was like after driving that, the experience compared to a Frog and Hornet and stuff like that, it was amazing. It was like driving a Radio Shack compared to like today's nice cars. Let me try to look at these comments. No, I got left mine stock. I think they give you a pretty good motor in there. I forget what the hell it is. Maybe it says on here. They give you a GT Tune 25 turn motor, a Tamiya one. It's actually pretty nice. It ain't that bad with the hot shot, super hot shot kit. I wouldn't go too crazy on a brushless, maybe a 3000 kV to most. Best game in my slash two-wheel drive goes 56. Yeah, you can get them suckers to fly. Yeah, the grasshoppers could handle brushless. They got those thick gears in them. See, some of them guys with the grasshoppers, I think RC Trail Cats has one. And I think it's brushless, and he has like these big tires on it. It's so freaking crazy. He can't even drive it in a straight line on smooth stuff. Bristol RC hasn't Thunder Tiger, but I think Thunder Tiger is associated. They've been like that for a long time. It's even when they made the what the hell were them gas trucks, the Monster GTs and stuff like that. ADI JSR says, yo, Shen, how's it going, man? What's up? Thanks for stopping in. I just opened this beauty up and waterproofed it with the Corrosion X spray here and kind of showed the guys what was in it and some of the gear in the gearbox. So I took a cover off. Yeah, Fog City RC, I would try it out first with that 25 turn motor. It's not that bad. It's pretty nice. Oh, that's a nice one, RC Basher. Boy, that Chrome Black Edition one's a beauty. Know which one I regret I didn't get, Basher Boy? The special edition, the black grasshopper one. I like that. I think that looks really sharp. I used to have the Thunder Tiger 1/8 scale Ducati race bikes. I used to run those. They were cool. Bristol RC. If I had the money, I would do Hornet with the full Emperor. Yeah, I think I seen some guys. They do like an independent rear suspension, like on the grasshoppers and stuff. It's crazy. Fog City, I run mine on the Nimpact. You could run a 2S LiPo on it also, but I think you're gonna have to use a buzzer alarm like one of these here. One of these buzzer alarms, because I think the ESC they give you is, I think they only cut off for the lithium ion type packs. Yeah, Thunder Tiger makes some cool stuff. They used to have, I think, that Ducati and a Nitro too, the bike. But I got the electric one. Cool. Thanks for stopping in there, Beanfield Alice Turtle. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got these ones actually. If you go on eBay, I think they're like $1 or $2 each. Let me show you. Let me see if I got a new one. This one's all messed up. I cut some of the pegs off because I don't go more than 3S on most of my stuff. See, it has a little button over here, and you adjust the voltage cutoff. Like if you want like 3.5 volts or higher or lower, you set it and it remembers it, and then when you put it on, it beeps. But a good tip when you stick this on the port, cover the horns over here. You see the horns? Cover the buzzers, then put it on, because if you don't, and you put it on, they're so loud, mess up your ears. Well, that's what I do. I cover it up and put it on. They're good. I actually use these and everything, even if my ESC has the low voltage cutoff. I always use this together with it. Good deal, Basher Boy. They're getting expensive to find and hard to find. One time I was looking into getting the black edition, was the grasshopper one. At that time when I was looking, I couldn't even find one. Outlaws Workshop. I used 3D printed parts on my lunchbox. They didn't hold. Yeah, that lunchbox is a ground pounder. I don't think 3D prints will hold up on that beauty. On my lunchbox, I used the Parma Lexan body, and I got the aluminum mounts because when you don't have them aluminum mounts, when the body hit, it just snaps them off, the body mounts with plastic on. Adventure time. All right. Take care. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. If anyone hit that thumbs up for me on the way out, if you didn't already hit it. Yeah, Outlaws Workshop, they're super loud. I kind of like them like that because if you put one, say, in here and you have it sealed, they're so loud you could actually hear them. Or if you have an RC boat and you're out on the water, you can hear them. So I guess if you're going to leave it in a normal car open, you could cover maybe one of them up with hot glue and only have one buzzer. Because they are loud. That's why I covered them up with my finger. Then I plug in the balance port so I don't have to blow my ears out every time. Full Gear RC Videos. Hey, what's happening? Thanks for stopping in. Bristol RC says he got the Sledgehammer, the Thunder Tiger. It's a beast. Yeah, they make some cool stuff. So RC Basher Boy, when are you going to show that Hornet on your channel? Love to see that one. That one's cool. You remember that Hornet they made? What was it? The Jong Funk or something? It was like purple, pink, white with black polka dots. That was crazy one. That was some weird Hornet. That was the weirdest car I think Tamaya made, that freaking Hornet. I always have to have a roll of Gorilla Tape around. I don't know. Let me show if this reaches there. I'm going to show you. See this charger, guys? I don't know if you can see it. The cord's plugged in. This is a Venom charger. It charges two S's, 3S, and a 4S. And it's only 3 amps because that's how much power could go through the balance plug. But if you have little RCs like this with like the 2,000 milliamp, 1,500, 1,000 milliamp 2S packs and stuff, you plug in 2 at a time or anything. Even sometimes I'll charge my bigger packs on this because just stick the plug in there and it works awesome. You don't have to have all different connectors. I find Venom makes it, but there's other companies on eBay. I think 2 other brands make the same exact one. It's a 3 amp charger. I use this actually more than any of my good car chargers here I have because I like a lot of times you have the little packs like that and you just get them like this. You don't have to worry about the connector. You just plug it in the tap, the power balance tap, and it's awesome. You could charge all the batteries really quick and easy. So I like this charger if anyone has a lot of little packs like under 3,000 milliamps, like for all these little cars and stuff. These balance chargers are awesome. That charge from the port, the balance port on the lipos. Basher Boy says he's got a showcase TRX4 Blazer, Axle Jeep, Velocity Laser Nut, and he just added another bashing vehicle. Surprise car. Let me guess, is it an ARMA Granite 4x4? Gotta get to those videos. Full Gear RC videos, that's the same charger. I know, isn't it awesome for all like the little packs and stuff? You don't have to worry about all the connectors. You just plug them right in by the balance. I use that, like I said, probably 90% of the time I'll use that, except for when I have my NIM packs or the bigger lipos, I'll use my high-tech or something. But all the time I like using this charger. It's so easy. You just plug them in. And if you have 2 little packs that are like, say, 1500 milliamps, 1000. You could put 2 of them on it, which is nice. It divides the amperage, so if you set it to 3, it'll go 1.5 per each. That's an awesome charger. That's why I have it since I got this, I don't know how many years ago. That's one of the chargers I kept, and I kept my high-tech ×2 400 because they work so good. Foxy, you're saying great hanging out with you. I'm going to take off. See you guys. All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. If you didn't hit the thumbs up, please hit it on the way out. Help me out. I appreciate it. It's fun talking. Good luck with your super hot shot. RC Basher Bush says, all I could say is it's a basher. Ha 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 ha. Could be an Arma. Lossy Traxxas. Who knows? It's a horse. It's a horse peed. You sure you didn't get the new horse peed? Bristol RC says he got the Granite 550 brushed. I'm upgrading to brushless one day. Yeah, I got the old Granite 4x4 Mega one. I upgraded mine to a brushless. I forgot what I put in it. Nothing crazy, but I have a video on it. It's not a horse. Oh, I know what it is. It's yeah, I know you. It's probably a lossy. Something. It's got to be a lossy. I know you like lossy. I'm surprised you didn't. Oh wait, you do. You have the Kyosho Fox, right? I was gonna say maybe it's the new one, but you already got one. Scratch that off the list. Bulgar RC's asking, are you going to build the first Nitro ripsaw? This is weird. I was just showing the guys how the gearbox works in this. It's why it steers really smooth and almost drives like an RC car when you turn. It has the axle, how it has like kind of like a diff with 2 gears on it. And then it's run by like a 380 or 390 motor for forward and reverse. Then there's another motor, a little 180, and it has a couple gears, and it hooks onto them big gears like bevel gears. And when you're going forward, if you turn, that little motor turns, it turns the gears and turns one of the axle drive gears as it's going to make it turn. It's kind of weird the way they made it. It's kind of cool, and it actually works really good because I know the 2nd gen Kyosho Blizzard, I was telling the guys, had like a differential axle, like a solid truck axle. It had disc brakes. It kind of worked the same, but you put the disc brake on the caliper and then it stopped one side, then it turned. This is kind of doing that with like a gearbox with another motor. It's really cool the way it works. I don't know how you would hook a nitro in there. Outlaws Workshop. Shen RC, what do you think about the horse? Is it really need for another RC? I mean, there's the Mac. I don't know. To me, that horse thing was like a waste to even make. I don't know why they made it. They had the big one. They had the Max. They had the Stampede 4x4. Then they made the horses almost kind of like the same as the Stampede 4x4. You know what it is? I think Traxxas, they don't, like, they still have them old cars, like the Bandit from, like, I think it's maybe even like 1990 and the Stampede and that. I think they figure rather than drop the model, just make something close and keep it and keep the other model, which is kind of good because I like that Traxxas, you could still get parts from them old cars from like 1990. Whereas I got kind of mad Arma. No matter they're nice Arma, but I hate when like they drop the car after a couple years, then you can't get parts. Like they make cars and then they stop making them real quick. It's one thing I like about the Traxxas. If you get a Traxxas car, you could guarantee you're going to be able to have parts for that for like ever, you know. So I think that's why they do it. HPI is awesome. They're coming back. Basher Boy says he mentioned it on his live stream. I do own the Fox, and I just got. Did you get the truck like the Fox? What the hell is it called? I forgot. I bet you got that truck. It's like the Fox, but it's the new style. What the hell is it called? I forgot the name of it. I know. I think I seen you got the laser nut. Cool. Thanks for stopping in, Bulgar RC. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Mad Crusher. No, it's not a Kyosho. Dang it. I know you. It's got to be a Lossy. It's probably a Lossy or a Traxxas. I don't think you would get an Arma for some reason. I just don't think it would be an Arma. I could be wrong. Not a Lossy. Hey, maybe you got a Tamiya. Yeah, those mini Z's are cool. I used to race those. They were fun. Yeah, we're just going to have to wait for his reveal video. I'm getting warmer, huh? It's probably a Tamiya. What the hell could it be? Did you get one of them Tamiya big rigs? You got a Tamiya CCO2, didn't you? Brad got to you to get it, huh? Not a Tamiya. I lost the arm. Not a Tamiya. I lost the arm. What the hell could it be? I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. You got my brain hurting now thinking about all these cars. If it's not Tamiya, Lossy or Arma, it could be a Kyosho. You know it's not Patera. They don't make nothing anymore. Or a Traxxas. And it's a basher. Oh, I know what it is. Is it that HPI Maverick 4x4 thing? I got it. It's a Traxxas. Hey, Tank RC, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. It's a Traxxas. It's not a horse. You probably got a freaking Bandit. Did you get the Bandit? He's got some kind of Traxxas up his sleeve. He probably got the Bandit. The Bandit XL5 from 1990. New in the box. No Bandit, but very close. Oh! Is it that vintage, the vintage one they had before the Bandit? What the hell was it called? It's when they were actually good, when they were building them for racing. What the hell was that kit called? I forgot the name of it. Shredder or something? I'm not sure. It's not a Rustler. Maybe Basher Boy looks like he might get one of those Jado cars. Is it a vintage one or a new style Traxxas? Traxxas Rustler V. Traxxas Rustler VXL. He's pulling our leg. I know he didn't get that. He's gonna open up. He's trying to have the horse. Yeah, those Traxxas Rustlers. There's so many parts for them. It's crazy. Well, if Basher Boy got the Rustler VXL, we know he'll be taking that one out for a bashing. You could get parts for that. Here's the size of this thing next to the SCX 24. So if you want to know the size, it's like almost double the size. So when you getting it in, Basher Boy? The mystery car. I did get a Rustler low. My audience wasn't amazed by this. That's cool. It's fast as hell. Two-wheel drive. Is that Vatera company even in business anymore, Basher Boy? Because I know you always got a lot of those brands. I think I got the Twin Hammers, and is the something else I had from them. I forgot what it was, but I think they ain't even making cars anymore. Yeah, sometimes it's fun to do them speed runs, but after a while you get sick of doing it. It's always, you go back to converting your car to the basher so you could just drive it anywhere. It's kind of like having an on-road. You like it, then you get sick of it because you can't take it and just run it anywhere. The terror is long gone, so devastating. They just make them. Yeah. That stinks. I like the Twin Hammers. It was nice. I like my Twin Hammers. That's a cool truck. buggy type thing. You rush through a basher, nothing else. Just beating the hell out of it. Yeah, there's like a billions, a gazillion parts for that thing. You don't have to worry about breaking anything on those. Bristol RC says he has a Savage goes 60. Yeah, the good old Savage. They were cool. This one, this is my Gen 8, Red Cat Gen 8. And then this one's the RGT Adventure 124th. I got some other stuff here on the bench over there. I have TRX4, Pajero, Touareg, ECX Temper Gen 2, few tanks. I got the Kyosho On-Road, the Hellcat. I got the, what the hell is that one over there? I can't see. I think that's the hell's the one with the red lights? The pipe sticking. I always forget the name of that one. Doomsday, that's it. The ECX Doomsday. And I got the RC10 GT, a Grasshopper over there. Yeah, these are fun. The SEX one's really good. It works so good. I actually run this thing in the spot I run my 1/10 scale ones because this one works so good. I put the grease in the shocks. It works so much better now. It don't bounce a lot. Yeah, the Doomsday's cool. I switched mine up. I made bumpers on it, switched the front. I cut the pipes off. I made it look kind of like more like a real truck. Yeah, Basher Boy, that's what it is. Sometimes you're better off just getting one that you know you could beat the hell out of, and you could just go to your local hobby shop and pick up the parts in like 10 minutes. You don't have to worry about shipping or anything. Outlaw Workshop, Steve, I actually found your channel how long ago when I... Cool, thanks. Did you see the video I took the SEX10 by that like waterfall thing? That was so fun. It's perfect for these little trucks. It kind of reminded me of when you were a little kid and you set up them Stomper 4x4s, the all styrofoam hills and stuff. It was like, it was just like that. Perfect for this, for the scale of this. That little waterfalls cliff part, that was awesome. That's a nice spot, that waterfalls. If you had a few guys to go with the 1/24 scales, you could set up like the markers on there and have a nice competition. Well, guys, I've been on here 2 hours, just about now. Just wanted to show you this new tank here. This thing's highly recommended. It's fun as hell for the price. It could beat the shit out. Oop, excuse my language. It could beat the crap out of it, and it's fun as hell. So I linked it below if you want to purchase it. I think it's got a discounted price on it anyhow. But I just wanted to show you the inside of it and stuff, and maybe I'll do a 2S LiPo in it and just run a smaller one so you don't run it long time to burn anything up. Yeah, Basher Boy, a lot of times you used to be able to bash, go to the hobby shop, get anything. Unfortunately, now with the online going crazy, you can't even hardly get stuff at the normal hobby shops. They're always like, they don't have nothing, you know. It's hard to keep all the stuff, you know. There's so much new stuff now compared to when you were little. Bristol RC, I just did a video on the bullhead a few weeks ago. If you check, I don't know if you've seen that one. I took it out for a bashing. Check out my channel. I don't know if you've seen it already or not, but I did do a video on the bullhead. All right, guys. 2 hours here. My neck's cramping up. Alrighty, I just wanted to show you this little beauty and how much I like it. It's a fun little tank tracked vehicle. Like I said, if you guys like tracked vehicle, you'll love this thing. And it was nice chatting. I didn't come on live in a long time. It was fun. And thanks for everyone that came in and chatted. It was fun as always. And hit that thumbs up if you can on the way out. And I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time around. Thanks for coming. See you later, guys.